Hey there, friends. I've been thinking we all have our strengths, right? I can do this, but I'm not so great at that. I'm pretty good at talking to people, but I'm not so great at adding things into a website or app. Oops. I love speaking, sharing stories, but social media, all those hashtags and algorithms, yeah, that's a jungle I haven't quite figured out yet. Coming up with ideas that bring folks together? I'm all about it. Bookkeeping, let's just say numbers, and I don't exactly get along, but that's okay because someone out there is good at those things, and when we work together, magic happens. See, Community Pay It Forward has never been about one person. It's a program built by many to support even more. Every one of us brings something special to the table. We all have talents that make us great on our own. But imagine how much stronger we are when we bring all those talents together. That's what Community Pay It Forward is all about. Your skills, my skills, our hearts, working together to make a difference. So tell me, what are you good at? Let's find out together. Visit communitypayitforward.us and join the movement.
Hello, my name is Zach Clayton. Mission for Healthy Heroes is more than just a broadcast. It's a commitment to the people who put their well-being aside so the rest of us can live a safer, healthier life. On Sunday, February 22nd, we're hosting a 22-hour event filled with stories, resources, and conversations that truly matter. And I'm asking you for something simple but meaningful. Just 22 minutes. 22 minutes to watch, 22 minutes to participate, 22 minutes to show our heroes they're not alone. Scan the QR code for details, mark your calendar for February 22nd, and join us in lifting up people who always lift us.
In energy work, energy psychology, you're helping a person understand. We can get a little closer to what that pain is without being overwhelmed, without being frightened, and we can sort of look at it and take care of it. Because the whole thing about PTSD and other avoidance or difficulty in handling a memory is that we're trying to not see it. We're trying to just say, stay over there, stay back there, stay under the surface. And that in itself causes a lot of problems because nature wants to heal. There's healing inherent in nature. So
Hey there, everyone. My name is Zach Clayton with Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the PAC channels. And I don't think you need to see my roof and everything else that's involved there. So let me go on ahead and adjust the camera like I'm somewhat maybe kind of know what I'm doing. I don't, but I mean, I should at least look like it. So welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Footprints Forward. And I'm grateful you are here with us today. Look, we're building something that's bigger than just a broadcast. It's more than just a podcast. It's a movement. Okay. Last week, we talked about the heart behind the mission of Healthy Heroes. Today, we're going to go into a little bit deeper plans and deeper look at it. We're sharing updates, new opportunities, and real ways. Yes, you listening right now can step in and make a difference for people who spend their lives making a difference for us. So we do have all kinds of different things that we're going to be talking about. Mission for Healthy Heroes is about honoring the people who carry more than we ever see: veterans, active service members, firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, teachers, volunteers, caregivers, everyday heroes who put their well-being aside so the rest of us can stand a little taller and live the lives that we built. And the truth is, many of them are struggling in ways most civilians never realize. As we always say, if we know about it, we can do something about it. So let's talk about what our heroes are carrying quietly, constantly, and unfortunately, often very alone. Firefighters face repeated exposure to traumatic events, fatalities, life threatening emergencies, and scenes that stay with them long after the flames are out. Studies show that 30% of first responders experience PTSD, depression, or anxiety, compared to about 20% of the general population. Another report highlights that firefighters often feel pressured to suppress their emotions, leading to untreated trauma and long term mental health challenges. When I want you to take a look at this, okay? When was the last time that you were anywhere that that someone needed to go to and that there was an auto accident? Or when was the last time that you were around and you saw maybe somebody in your home had to go to the hospital and they had to bring an ambulance in? Who was there? It was the firefighter. So you got to think, firefighters are not just there for fires, okay? Firefighters are there for everything. They're there for everything. They have the bigger truck, they get to carry more equipment, they have intense training, but that training does not always cover everything. And most assuredly, that training doesn't help them cover themselves. Look, as we are going to learn in this show, there are many different treatment availabilities that are non-narcotic, evidence-based programs that help firefighters process trauma, reduce PTSD symptoms, and rebuild resilience. And again, this is not just for firefighters or EMTs. This is for teachers, our veterans. Thank a veteran today. Please make sure you thank a veteran today. We live this life because of the wonderful individuals who have signed that document giving up a piece of their life. Look, we know these heroes and we can introduce them to these wonderful programs. We can connect departments and individuals to real support. Our teachers. Our teachers across the country, teachers are routinely asked to pay for their own classroom supplies, which is just bunk. Everything from notebooks to cleaning wipes to basic learning materials. This isn't a small burden. It's hundreds of dollars a year out of the pocket for the sake of their students. That on top of the fact that a lot of times we ask them to basically become babysitters for all of, for us. We've all seen it. We've all seen the people who send their kids to school not as a way to learn, because God forbid we allow our kids to learn the truth. I still don't understand how we can change history. I sorry, tangent. But we expect them to do all this, yet it's on them to provide what our kids need in order to teach them. No, we need to stand up. We need to step up and help them out. And that's why something we as civilians need to step in and help with immediately. So I think one of the things that we want to do is we want to help organize and ask you to take and in your business put up a collection box, and let's make some collections for a teacher. Okay, find a couple teachers of your employees, and maybe we can take and start this collection box. And what we can do is we can just the end of the 22nd, the 23rd, as this show is closing down, what we can do is we can take in these collection boxes to these teachers, and we can say thank you. Thank you. I hope this unburdens you a little bit. Folks, we got to do something. We got to do something to support other people. Some other things we can do. Look, Mission for Healthy Heroes isn't just about awareness, it's about action. That's the reason why we're asking you to join us. So let's talk about what we can do together. Again, start a teacher supply drive. If teachers are paying for their own supplies, we can change that. We can organize a community supply drive. It's simple. We can partner with local businesses. We can make sure classrooms are stocked so teachers don't have to carry that financial weight alone. Another thing you can do is you can introduce non-narcotic PTSD support programs to people you know who need help. We can connect fire departments and first responders with programs designed to help them process trauma without relying on narcotics. Just make a simple introduction to some of the wonderful people who are going to be on the show. Again, we are going to be talking to people who medications work better for them. That's not a crime. Allow them to heal the way they need to heal. We do not have the right to dictate how someone else heals. We do have the responsibility to make sure that people know about every option that is out there. We can share resources and make introductions and help departments access tools they may not know that even exist. We're also asking you to show up on February 22nd, and this is a big one. On February 22nd, we are hosting our 22-hour podcast. You all know that, dedicated to our heroes. And we're asking everyone to give just 22 minutes of their day, 22 minutes to listen, to learn, to participate, 22 minutes to support. It's not that 22 minutes is enough, but all I'm asking is for you to take 22 minutes out of your day, take a listen to what we're going to be sharing, and maybe you can share it to someone else. That 22 minutes, while it's not a lot of time, and I hope you watch us much longer than 22 minutes, it really could guide you in ways to supporting so many others. This is one of the ways that we're going to be raising money. And we're offering a couple ways that you can support us. by being on this shirt. Now let's talk about one of the biggest updates, something new, something meaningful, and something that directly supports our mission. We're officially opening our shirt sponsorships for Mission for Healthy Heroes. If you want your business, organization, or family name represented on our event shirts, here's how you can do it. You can, one, scan the QR code over there. Oh, ouch. That actually kind of hurt. That's the wrong QR code. I'm sorry about that. That's how you can share your story. I really screwed this one up. All right. Well, you can go to the page itself. Here, let me do it this way. You can scan the QR code on this page right there. You can scan that code and you can pick one of the sponsorship packages. If all you want to do is show your support, you can support our mission. It's $120 for $25 for a small logo, which is about 1 inch in size, or $200 for a larger logo or your name. This isn't just advertising, this is visibility with a purpose. Every shirt worn becomes a walking reminder that our heroes matter, and that you chose to stand with them. If you want to get on the shirt, reach out to us and we can make this happen. It's very simple. Very, very simple. Look, I just mentioned 22 minutes. Why does this matter? Well, partly because it's doable. It's meaningful and it symbolizes the time that we're asking you to invest in, understanding people who invest their lives in us. 22 minutes can change someone's perspective. It can introduce someone to a resource that they desperately need. It can spark conversation that saves a life. 22 minutes is not a lot of time. But 22 minutes is long enough to save someone's life. "22 minutes could mean the difference between someone walking away and never being able to have that conversation with them again." Please invest 22 minutes. Hello, my name is Zach Clayton. Mission for Healthy Heroes is more than just a broadcast. It's a commitment to the people who put their well-being aside so the rest of us can live a safer, healthier life. On Sunday, February 22nd, we're hosting a 22-hour event filled with stories, resources, and conversations that truly matter. And I'm asking you for something simple but meaningful. Just 22 minutes. 22 minutes to watch. 22 minutes to participate. 22 minutes to show our heroes they're not alone. Scan the QR code for details. Mark your calendar for February 22nd and join us in lifting up people who always lift us.
For 22 hours, we show up, not for fame, not for applause, but for the ones who wake up every day and put everyone else first.
This is our 4th year. 22 continuous hours of real conversations, real stories, real hope. Voices that refuse to be silent. Hearts that refuse to quit.
Some are exhausted, some are hurting, some are carrying the weight of the world quietly, while still showing up for others. This podcast is for them.
On Sunday, February 22nd, starting at 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific, we go live for 22 straight hours to raise funds, raise awareness, and remind people they are not alone. If you've ever felt unseen, if you've ever given more than you had, if you believe compassion still matters.
This is your moment to stand with us. Listen, share, support. Because when we come together, hope gets louder, strength multiplies. Real heroes don't wear capes. They just keep showing up, tired, unseen, and still giving.
Join us live. Sunday, February 22nd, 4 a.m. East, 1 a.m. Pacific. Show up for those who never stop showing up for others.
Because no one needs to go it alone. When we all
Come together.
We're asking you to come on and share stories. Over the years, we've seen what happens when communities show up. We've seen firefighters find programs that help them sleep again. We've seen teachers cry because someone donated the supplies that they couldn't afford. I've had nurses send us wonderful, wonderful letters just thanking us for thinking of them. Had great conversations with wonderful veterans who are so appreciative because they didn't know what was out there until we told them about it. And that's simply what we want to do. We want to make sure people understand every aspect of healing that's out there. How can you heal if you don't know that there's a program out there that's exactly what you need? You can't. By the way, there's the QR code. That is the proper QR code. I do apologize earlier. Yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. So, but we've seen veterans reconnect with a purpose, and we've seen families feel seen, heard, and supported. And we do this by sitting together for these 22 hours and telling stories. Every one of these moments started with someone to decide to give a little of their time. Okay? So here's the invitation. Join us on February 22nd. On 22nd, give us 22 minutes. Sponsor the shirt. Get a supply drive going. Share a resource. Tell somebody about Mission for Healthy Heroes. Because truthfully, when we lift our heroes, we lift our whole community. I want to thank you for being part of this mission. I want to thank you for showing up, and I want to thank you for helping us make it possible for our heroes to never carry their burdens alone. And again, we can't do this alone. This is not a one-man show. This has nothing to do with just one person. This has to do with us all. This has to do with everyone. This has to do with my heroes at Things Network, who's simulcasting this show. And that's something else that you can do. You want to say, hey, Zach, we've got a YouTube channel. We're not using it on the 22nd. Here's the rights. We want to be part of your show. Can we show Mission for Healthy Heroes, the 22-hour podcast, on our YouTube channel? Why is this important? Well, this is important because we need to put this in front of people where they're at. Not everybody's on the PAC channel. By the way, if you are on the PAC channel right now, please like, share, subscribe, comment, put a little emoji on it, doodle. I don't know if you can doodle, but if you can, that'd be kind of cool, huh? Do whatever you can, help us grow. But we need your channel because we need people to be where they're at. We are raising money for the Come Together Compass this year. What is the Come Together Compass? Quite simply, it is going to be the most important website and app combination ever built. It's going to be a directory for people who help others with rent, where people can go for food. It's going to be like Google without advertising. So you're not going to get that high interest, credit card with, Well, you need money today. We can get you money today. It's only going to cost you like triple what it costs in interest. No, this is going to be somewhere where it's going to be able to take you to resources in your community with geolocation, and it's going to be there's going to be a place where people can connect within their own community saying, look, I just got out of this abusive relationship. I could really, really, really use a couch. Does anyone have one? And people within your own community can sit there and go, we've got you. You need some dishes too, because we can do that. It's going to be something that's going to have it's going to have an AI component to it, to where if you're feeling down, it's going to be able to sit there and go, while we're searching, have you tried these breathing exercises? Can I suggest these breathing exercises to you? And it's going to walk people through breathing exercises or journaling or whatever they got to do so people can tolerate life again. Because right now, tolerating life is a pain in the ass. You know this as well as I do. This is a chance. The Come Together Compass program is a chance for people, everyday people, to find the support that they need. But to get this built, I need your help, and that's the reason why we're raising money. That's the reason why I need you to buy a sponsorship on the shirt, or take in and just give a donation, buy tickets on this app. You can buy a tickets for the prizes. We've already got a couple books from the Rev, Sean Winnington, from Legion of Exorcists, and we've got a free 1 hour reading from our dearest friend Lynn Sobolski. We're going to have other prizes that we're going to be giving away. We're not going to be drawing tickets. We're going to take, and every ticket you buy, your name is going to go on a wheel of giving. And every so often, we're going to spin that wheel, and somebody's going to win a prize. Whatever it lands on, that's what their prize is going to be for that hour. If you want to donate to our program, please contact me. You can contact me through the app, or you can contact me right here. I do ask that you send me a text before you give me a call, because I am deaf in one ear and I don't listen out of the other. No. I am deaf in one ear, and if I'm in a place where it's loud and there's a lot of disruption, I cannot hear you. So I would rather be in a place where we can schedule a call and we can have that telephone call and I can hear what you're saying, because I really want to pay attention to what you're doing. But please use this number, give me a text, and we'll set up something, okay? Any and every donation is desperately needed right now. You can also send me an email below. Visit our website at communitypayitforward.us. That's communitypayitforward.us. The email is Zach, Z-A-K, at communitypayitforward.us. Z-A-K at communitypayitforward.us. My parents did you all a huge favor by just giving me those 3 letters to remember. They kind of knew I was going to be a little bit dumb, so they just gave me those 3 letters to remember. Works for me. So there is so much that you can do. A couple other things. Family networking. We are going to hold a family networking meeting at 6 p.m. East on that Sunday, February 22nd. So if you've ever wanted a new way to network, come and join us live. You can come on and you can tell us a story about a hero in your life, or just come on to say thank you. You can tell us about what you do to help our heroes. Folks, you can just come on and say, I love you for what you do. Thank you very much. And then we're also going to be talking about we're going to be talking to our buddy Joel about introducing our new men's group. And we're going to have a first rendition of the men's group on that day. So, men, this is a chance for you to come together, and it's going to be a safe place. It's where you can open up and talk about what we're doing. Of course, this one we're going to want you to be a little guarded because it's going to be on live. It's going to be on air. The regular men's group will not be recorded because the regular men's group is going to just be there for men to discuss what's going on for them with them. And see, here's the thing about the men's group. The men's group is going to be a place where two people can sit there and they can come in and two men can say, look, I don't feel comfortable talking to everyone, but can you put me in a private room with Joel? Can you put me in a private room with Zach? Can you put me in a private room with this gentleman? I think they can help me through what I'm going through. And we will put you in a private room. You can talk through what you're talking through. What you're going through. Sorry. That was a lot of talking. This is a program that we're going to build where men can get together, feel safe, and talk. We've also got another program that concerns men and women communicating, nothing out of bounds, with Joel and Shemaine. It's a new program that's going to be coming out this year. So there's a lot of things that we're going to be throwing in also on the 22nd. So it's kind of a update of things to come. But most importantly, we're focusing at this time on our heroes and how we can support them. Look, one way that you can really look at this, one way that you can really think about this, one of the problems that a lot of heroes have is they're not allowed to come out and talk to you about it. So they're stuck inside their own minds. That's why it's so important that we try to find other ways for them to release that stress. This is a way that we can introduce people to so many different programs. So, please scan the QR code, get involved now. We need your help. They need your help. It's always a good time. It's always a bad time. It's always the funniest moments. It's the saddest moments. It's a very tough day to navigate. But every tough moment is a moment that someone out there needs. And if we can keep sharing this program, if we can keep moving this program out there, keep making sure people understand this program exists, that's one more person that we can make sure we're reaching, we're communicating with. So please, use the QR code today. Support us, reach out to us, do whatever you can, and join us for the mission for Healthy Heroes. So, right now, we're going to get on to family networking. This was our family networking meeting that happened last week. Our family networking meetings happen at 6 p.m. East on the second Thursday of every month. Okay, so that's 6 p.m. East, the second Thursday of every month. And this is a different kind of networking. And I did that intentionally because I'm sick and tired of going to networking programs and they're all the same. So we're asking people to tell us a little bit about themselves, what they need, and how we can help them. More importantly, what they can do to help others. So here is the January 2026 version of Family Networking. Hey everybody, how's it going? Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dirty Care, and the PAC channels. We are here. We're beginning family networking. This happens every second Thursday. Alan was here a second ago. For some reason, it's saying he's offline. I still see him, but I don't know what's going on there. So Alan will be with us in just a moment. But Family Networking is a program that there he is that we do every second Thursday at this time, to where we're business owners who get together and talk about what we can do to help others and what we can do to help each other. So we welcome everybody to the show. We are starting a new chapter of the Corey. Awesome. Corey Northington is joining us for the first time on Family Networking, but we're starting a new journey on our new Kick channel. So I don't know a whole lot about it, but I know that we put out our video yesterday and a lot of you responded. So we're thrilled to be on Kick. And but this is the first time we've ever been on there live. So I'm excited about that. But we have some wonderful, wonderful people with us right now. Everybody who's here is been part of the Family uh, Community Network, Community Pay It Forward family. That's interesting. I got all kinds of weird stuff going on up top, but been part of the Community Pay It Forward family. And before we get started with all the introductions and everything, I would like to announce that we do have the Mission for Healthy Heroes coming up. And one of the things that is an option for all of our sponsors is being part and getting on our shirt that will be available to help us raise a little bit of money for the Come Together promotion, our Come Together movement. Sorry, I know what I'm talking about. I just don't know what I'm talking about. So, but this is one of the things that we're going to do to raise a little bit of money. So if you would like to join us and be part of what we're doing, which is supporting our heroes, both country and community, I ask you to please scan the QR code you see up in the corner. And no, the QR code is not going to be on the bottom of the shirt. It's just there for people to take and reach out to us. Logos will be down there. Your logo, if you would like to join us, on the back of the shirt. So we would just like to let everybody know this is our once a year 22-hour podcast where we discuss all things mental health and physical, emotional, and how we can help those who put other people's lives before their own. So we ask you to please join us on February 22nd, starting at 2 a.m. here in the Mountain Time, which is 4 a.m. out east. And we go until 2 a.m. East, 4 a.m. here in the Mountain Time. And the special announcement that we've got today that needs to be made. Sorry, Z, I got to take you off there. But the special announcement we've got today is this program, Family Networking, is going to have a special run on February 22nd. So we are going to have a special Family Networking on the Mission for Healthy Heroes. And I don't know exactly what time it's going to be yet. It's probably going to be around 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's probably what time I'm looking at doing this. But we invite you to join us on that day, and there will be more to come. And just keep watching everywhere, and you can see more about it. But this will be a chance where you can come in and you can help us to create safety and health and support for our mission, or for our heroes, both country and community. So, welcome everybody. Sorry about the long winded speech there. And it looks like we've got Corey and Alan are both having a little bit of issue. Hopefully, we can get them stabilized here in a minute. But Lynn, Kurt, Mr. Z, Alan, and Corey, lovely to see you all today. So, um, Lynn, we would like to start with you today. One of our wonderful, wonderful giving partners, Miss Lynn Cebulski. Lynn, please tell us a little bit about you. And then the question of the month is very simple. That question of the month is: do you like to make goals for the short term, or do you like to make yearly goals, or both?
Okay, so I will start off by saying hello to everybody. My name is Lynn Cebulski. I am a professional tarot reader in Brooklyn, New York. I've been reading professionally since 2013. I have a show with Zach on the third Wednesday of every month called Lynn's Day Reading. So if you've never had a tarot reading and you don't feel like shelling out money for one just yet, join us on the show and I will read your cards live. Let's see. Question of the month. Do I like to set goals for short term or long term? The answer is I am constantly setting goals. I have a whiteboard that is just an ongoing, filled, I mean, it's like a 2 by 3 foot with all the goals that I have for today, this week, this month, 5 years from now, my grocery list, you name it, it's there. I love goal setting.
You know what, Lynn? I'm like you. I have this set right next to me. I set my goals daily. So, um, but
And it
I,
feels really
but
good to be able to cross one off physically, right? Like to erase the whiteboard or like scribble on the pad and say, yeah, I finished it.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, it is. So, well, Lynn, thank you very much for joining us, and we will get back to you again here in a little bit. We've got more things that we're going to discuss today. So, but next up, we have Marianne from Waikiki. Marianne, how are you?
Hi. Hola.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
It's doing great, doing great. We'd like you to tell us a little bit about you, and then the question of the month is very simple. Do you prefer to do your planning by the day? We'll add day now. Do you like to make plans daily, monthly, or long term?
I kind of go with the flow at this point. But it's not saying that, So, aloha everybody. I go by Marianne of Waikiki. It's my book name, my author name. I'm the author of the Acts of Kindness series, featuring 200 folk managed puppets, and the books are written for animation movies with sign language characters and a soundtrack by Lucy Lynch in The Perfect Way. I'm also a sailor, so you don't know what's going to happen, so you got to go with the flow. So, and I did set some goals, and I'm grateful I got to accomplish the book series last year, and we've dedicated them to Boynton Slat and Leon McLaughlin. And so my goals this month was I reached out to the ocean cleanup. They got back to us. And we're going to be doing stuff on the Mark TV as well as the Kindness Channel. So things are going in that flow in that direction. But also, I do have disabilities. And so not setting out goals this month is I have some hand laser surgeries that I'm recovering from, and I'm going to have an eyelid surgery in next month. So I'm going with the flow, and we got great guests that are going to be joining us on the World of Ability podcast, and we're actually doing the book club. So we're reading a chapter a week of my first book, Underwater Acts of Kindness, and excited to have other people read for us. So that was kind of a, I don't want to say a small or short term goal, but we're making it happen, and it will go throughout the whole year of all the 4 books. So I am making that commitment. So that's a goal of mine. and we'll see what happens with the rest of the flow and sailing. So good things are happening the beginning of the month for me, so I'm very excited. So thank you for having us here. And again, for some of you, I did, these major holidays, Veterans Day and your Christmas event. I did a pay it forward for Children's Hospital, a free ebook download for you to, put out there to the world as well. So, I'm giving that commitment to your events and holidays and the veterans also as well.
Oh, that's fantastic, Marianne. Godspeed on your recovery. I really hope you're doing well. And because I don't know anything about it, I do want to ask: your hand surgery, does that affect your sign language at all?
Of course, of
Does it?
course.
Does it
So
make it a
yeah,
little bit difficult to do right now?
yeah. Well, and I'm not really professionally signing anymore, but yeah. And 30 years ago, I was a case manager with the deaf, and I broke a glass, and I had to have surgery on tendons, and had to recover from that. So yeah, it does limit, and so. I'm now the eyelid surgery. So yeah, so I'm getting things done, and grateful to be in here in Mexico, and we're going to probably do some sailing. And I ran into another book author down here. We're going to do a book signing at the San Carlos Yacht Club in March. I told her about World Water Day and World Water Year. So looking forward to that. And also met a deaf woman with a business in Seattle, Washington, who was recognized by the Woke Ginger. And her business was, I would say, declining. She does dog treats. She's deaf. And with the Woke Ginger on TikTok, they were able to get orders of 800, and which raised $35,000. And I'm excited she's going to join us on Saturday, Kurt. So I'm in communication with her too. So we got some new people to be brought onto the world of ability. But yeah, thank you for asking. So yes, it does. It does affect my signing.
Well,
And I'm not signing. So, but I did sign
nah.
to my deaf friend in San Diego to let him know that I had this done, and if you don't hear from me, it affects typing, scrolling, and I'm choosing to take a break from social media, TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. It's just getting too chaos and mentally and everything. And, strolling, it hurts, and I got a ligament. So
Mm,
that's
well,
what happens. So, but we're excited for this year. So, those, I would say those are some goals, but the universe is providing with all the networking that we're doing. So, there you go.
well, well. I appreciate you sticking with it, and I appreciate everything that you do. And I do wish you the best of health, and hopefully you can get back on top here real soon. So, but now we're going to do something just because we're going to call him out since he's always making a disappearing act on us during his show. Mr. Z, tell us a little bit about yourself. How do you like that, pal?
Oh, you got me.
Love it,
You got
brother.
me. Well, I'm happy to be here, and thank you, Zach and General Allen, for our previous conversation for allowing me to showcase Z World Cares, which is a platform that's all about supporting nonprofits, and more importantly, allow nonprofits to accept donations, find sponsors, and hopefully volunteers to support their cause. But more importantly, with Z World Cares, it shows not only that you care, but also show nonprofits that they care as well, while showing Z World that you care. In terms of your question, thinking short term or long term all the way, because you're not going to get the results you need instantaneously. And if you're looking to create those goals, I have to agree with Lynn. Just have a whiteboard of information as well as your white piece of paper that's there, Zach. And you got to have smart goals. It's got to be specific, measurable, attainable, reliable, and of course timely, and ensure that if you see your vision, it's just easier with a Z. Thank you, the good Z.
Yeah. By the way, this is a whiteboard. It's a
Oh,
dry erase. Yeah, yeah.
ah.
I don't do paper. I got too many dogs around here. They'll eat the paper. So, Yeah,
Fair
I've
enough.
got now they'll also eat the markers because well they eat everything. So, but Z, thank you very much
Thank
again
you.
for everything that you do. You know that you're important to a lot of us. Just to let everybody know that Alan on Alan's show on Monday, you're going to hear from myself and Z. We make a couple of very special announcements. It looks like Alan may have dropped off, but Alan has become a ambassador for Community Pay It Forward, and we couldn't be any happier about that. So Alan is going to now be a part of the program. He's going to be your first connection when it comes to becoming a partner, and we're very excited about that. So, um, Santa, the man from the north, I know that you're on. Look at that. It's almost like a Hawaiian shirt, but it's more like a
Oh,
Minnesota Hawaiian shirt.
now you're making me think here. I should have changed my backdrop to really. Hang on. We can do. Oh wait, this one looks better. There. Now I'm
There you go.
almost. So,
Yeah,
how's
yeah.
everybody doing? I've had a great day. I've done some running around with Mama and got some things done. That's why I was late. All of a sudden, forgot something and had to do a run back, but that's okay. You know, lots of exciting developments. You missed story time last night. It was awesome. Not a lot of people, but hey, the people that were there appreciated, and it was a lot of fun. But you know, I've got some big announcements here in the next week or two. I'm just crossing some T's and dotting some I's and looking for some potential way to even share some more stories with more people around the world. So I'm pretty excited to see how this is all going to play out. And I can still do the custom stories for families. They don't have to be a Christmas themed. I've got ways to make other things happen for Valentine's and for Easter and summertime. So yes, we can do those custom stories to create those smiles and giggles and laughter for all kinds of people all over the world, anytime, anywhere. And it's so much fun just to watch the expressions on the kids' faces. We did a little bit of work on the website, got some more stuff up on the website. And yes, things are happening. Keep knocking on doors, and when you don't get enough answers on those doors, you keep knocking on some more, because that's what we do. We're all the same here. We believe in ourselves. We believe in each other. We support each other, and that's how we can support one another. Is definitely what I did the other day was in a previous lesson networking session. I challenged everybody. And I'll do that here too. I'll challenge everybody in this room to see who is all here. And Lynn, this is going to be really stressful. You got to pay attention. Go and repost one of your fellow networking people on here. Repost their posts, because that's what Networking 101 is all about. If we all went and shared someone else's post, look at the exposure that they would have, because Zach's got 300, Kurt's got 1,800, Lynn's got 600. All of a sudden, Mr. Z's got, 300. I don't know. I'm picking numbers off the top of my head. But instead of just us doing it, all of a sudden you have the exposure to what, 5, 6, 7, 10,000 more people, because they have friends that you don't have. And when you share someone else's post, it can open up the doors. There's your
You know,
challenge for the week, guys.
there you go. And what about the planning? Do you look more towards doing daily goals, or are
Oh,
you a long term guy?
I'm a long term guy, because I've got about 16 things right now in the boiling pot. If I worried about getting certain things done every day, yeah, I'd be in a nut house like you, Zach, because if you look at it on a weekly basis, well, I challenged myself to do this, and this, and this, and this for the week. it's a much better situation than, well, you got to do 10 things today. Well, we all have lives and we all have phone calls and we all have businesses to run. And sometimes you can't make those goals happen daily, but on a weekly or a monthly basis, yes, absolutely.
Well, I like I said, I'm kind of it's weird. I have a combination of a little bit of everything, but I do agree with you. I know that at one point in time I was so bad at keeping track of any goal. And that's one of the things that I am definitely going to try to keep working on a little bit better this year. So, thank you, Santa. I appreciate you joining us, and we will be talking a lot more. You're going to be seeing a lot more of Santa here in the next couple of weeks because he is a huge part of the mission for Healthy Heroes. Kurt, Mr. Roscoff, how the heck are you?
Oh
Without as
wow.
normal.
What was that, Santa?
I said without as normal.
Oh my gosh. The guy who delivers truckloads of coal to my house and then he keeps on digging it in even after the holiday. That is great. Way to go, Santa. So I wonder if that's a long-term goal of Santa. Give Kurt all the grief he can muster. So
That's actually one of the things I've got written down right here. That
yeah.
one's actually carved into my desk, actually. So I mean,
Nice. Boy, what entertainment, folks. This is wonderful. So, in terms of well, first of all, my name means short. So if you say short goals or short term, that'd be Kurt term goals as well. It'd be some synonymous English going on there. But in any case, yeah, I love the long term goals because I am a visionary and I always like to see, where this is going in the long run. And then, the midterm goals kind of help bridge it. And the biggest practice is in short term goals, because every time I'm in a moment, in the flare of carpe diem and, kind of living in the moment, looking at all of you, I think of what are my goals with the other six people, that are in this conversation and with the audience out there. What are my goals with the community paid forward audience? There's always goals to be formed, and I always talk about it's meaningful to me when it hits my calendar, when I can plug it into Google Calendar, like this event right here. I just love seeing that family networking slot, coming up, every month. So that's kind of how I think of goals. And then I also subscribe to four concepts and goals. And one would be freedom, operating at your highest potential, unburdened by internal limitations. Quality, achieving a high standard in business and life. Clarity, gaining deep understanding of yourself and your path. Conviction, the unwavering belief and certainty needed to succeed. So that I apply all that to what I do on the day to day. Like Marianne likes talking about our World of Ability podcast we do every Saturday, and we have our Ability MKE Now radio show and podcast that my wife Sue hosts, and we're teamed up with the Disability Channel, television buy-in with people with disabilities and veterans, and we help other people form their podcasts, and so we're practitioners of outreach, co-marketing. Like Santa talks about the collaboration and co-opting our future and amassing scale because of working together. All ships rise with the tide. So again, what we're doing right here, right now, is in my wheelhouse. And back in the day, before Zach got started on all this, it all came from a conversation out of business networking, and all this stuff gets born and growing. And very much looking forward to February 22nd, because boy, do we need what Community Pay It Forward is doing on February 22nd. We need what you're going to be doing, everybody out there watching and listening, what you may be doing for the sake of all of our heroes on February 22nd. Back to you, Zach. Thanks for the opportunity.
well, Kurt, I absolutely agree with you. Look, there's nobody who can do everything alone. I mean, there's nobody who can do everything all on their own. and having people who are on their side and having allies is so important towards growth of, personal growth and community growth. Just being able to work with other people. We need our leaders, but we also need people who can be there and be that support team. So I completely agree with you, and there's never something that you cannot do to help someone. So I think that's one of the most important things that we've been trying to cultivate for the 22-hour podcast is, there's always something somebody can do. And I greatly appreciate you joining us. And again, Kurt, and I appreciate all the kind words. So, and now the guy I like to call the voice of Zen, Mr. Frank. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay. I really don't know what kind of meeting this is. I know you posted it last night, and I wanted to come. I can.
Yeah,
I have to leave at a quarter to because I have a place to go to.
that's
So,
that's fine, Frank. You know
what
what?
kind of meeting
We
is this?
We just want you to tell us about what you're doing, about your wonderful coaching, and
Okay.
what you have going on. And then the question of the month is very simple. It's, do you believe in daily, monthly, or long term goals?
Okay. So I'm a certified life coach. I help people that feel stuck. Um, I also help professionals, entrepreneurs, work through the frustration of making decisions, carrying a lot of baggage with them. I have a whole thing here, but I don't want to read that. I'm not trying to be a salesperson, but I help people that I try to coach them to help themselves. A lot of people that I meet that reach out to me are nervous even about reaching out, and I try to give them that comfort level that they can be comfortable in sharing what they'd like to improve, remove, or change in their life. So that's what I've been working on. The three things you talked about, um, I think all three need to be worked because there's times that like I'm always working on long term, um, and then there's the daily things that I need to do to keep doing. And I forgot what the middle one was. You said there was three things:
Yeah, it was. Do you believe in like week or daily goals,
weekly,
short term or
short term.
long term? Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, I do believe in all three of them. I think somebody that really succeeds has to have some sort of a plan, and he can't get to that plan if he doesn't have his daily and weekly goals that he sets. And I think something I do every day is I I get up to show up. I'm glad there's a new day. Life is not um, it's not a burden and a chore. It's a challenge and a joy. And I notice when I have that attitude, I get through, I get a lot of things done that I didn't know if they were going to get done. I didn't know how they were going to get done, but they get done because I believe. So I think that's a big part of success. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, I actually really appreciate that. One of the reasons why I don't focus a lot on long-term goals is because you never know what that year is going to turn into. I focus more on the shorter term because I want to focus on today. What I mean, the long-term goal I think for me is always get better, always learn something every day. But I want to learn things that change every day. Like if I say, my long term goal is to, be successful, which is everybody's pretty much long term goal.
Mm-hmm.
How do you define success today? Is it going to be the same in 6 months from now, Frank? In your opinion?
I try. I like what you said about. I like every day try to learn and grow and be a little better than I was the day before. My long term, like this year, my long term goal is to try to market the life coaching program that I've put together. It's a 5 week program. I'm doing it through the Great Discovery. And I'm stepping outside my comfort zone doing all this because of these are my defects about that. I'm not good enough. I'm not sure I can do it. I like have a lot of self doubt, and that's why I'm doing that. But what I do daily gives me the confidence and the strength to keep going forward, to keep taking that step every day, to believe that I am worth succeeding. And I think that has a lot to do with it. I shared something the other day at a meeting about I've been reading a book, and it says if you're doing something or your goal is just to do it for the money, it's not that's not your right motive because I think if and I my oldest daughter is she went to art school, was graphic design, a whole thing, and she's the only person I can honestly say that I've met in my life that it's like she doesn't go to work. She really loves what she does. She goes, I get paid to talk. I get paid to draw. I get paid to this. Like so. I like life coaching. I believe in it, and that's what I try to get across to people. And that alone makes it worth it for me. Money will come. Money comes and goes. It's not. It's a tool. It's nothing more than that. Uh, so that's
It,
and thank you for asking me to speak too.
yeah, well, you know what, Frank, and I would like to hear the opinion from everybody here. But I had one job where everything was about the money, um, and ooh, I don't like that view. There we go. I had one job where everything was about the money, and I hated that job. I hated it, and I think that it's. I would have to say that you have to have a vision of so much more than just money to be successful and to enjoy your career, don't you think?
I agree with you. I do. I totally agree.
Yeah. Lynn, what's your thought on that?
Well, when it comes to money and how important it is and how people get taken advantage of and they focus on it, I was a whistleblower in the student loan industry, and my prior career as a financial aid administrator, there was this constant conversation about like, what are your dreams, what are your goals, and if you want to go to college, here's the price tag. It might not make any sense. Here's the aid that's available. That doesn't make any sense either. And then take out your student loans, graduate, hope to accomplish that goal, and then go through the gauntlet to pay your bills. um, yeah, I think there has been too much of a focus on how much money people have and what money provides, and people kind of get lost now and don't know how to tap into the thing that makes their heart sing, the thing that makes them light up. I mean, Frank just talking about being a life coach, like you could just see, you don't have to be an intuitive person, but you could just see his aura just kind of go, because he feels so good about what he does. And money is one of those things that it's kind of easy validation, it's quick validation, um, but it doesn't really get to the soul of what we do and why we do it.
I,
Very
I,
good. Very smart
I,
business.
yeah, I completely agree with you there. So, uh, Robert, thank you for joining us. Hopefully, you can get in. I can see that you're having a little bit of a internet problem, so you may not be able to turn your camera on. But can you tell us a little bit about you, please? Okay.
Maybe not.
Yeah, yeah, maybe not. Robert, are you with us? Robert?
Mm.
Yeah, I'm going to say Robert's having an issue getting with us. Robert, if you can join us, go on ahead and unmute yourself, and we'll try to get you in there. Uh, Mr. Z, what is your thought about that? Do you see money as something that is inspiring, or do you see just going for the wealth as problematic when it comes to business?
That's a very astute question. I'm going to try to answer that in the best way possible. Money's just the aftermath of what you like to do for a living, and it's not just the living. And Frank mentioned what his daughter does in graphic design. You get paid to just talk and draw, and it's just more than that. I'm not a graphic designer. I have no passion for um, using the pen tool and trying to use Canva and Adobe Photoshop and all this stuff. But the value that you have is determined by the law of compensation, to my understanding. And I do believe that the money is just the side product, the side effect to your success. But if you really love what you do, you'll never have to find work ever again. I know it sounds
Right.
cliche, but there are going to be moments where someone's going to offer you, "Hey, we really like your business. We're going to buy you off for $7.4 million." You know what? Take it. And not, don't take the business, but I'm not going to accept your offer because I believe something that what I'm doing is going to last for generations and more to come. And if you're already doing it for the money, then you already lost. And
Yeah.
I agree with what Lynn said and what you said, Zach, and of course what you said, Frank. And if you love what you do, just keep doing it. And if times are going to get tough, you're going to find a way to make it work because tough times don't last. Tough people do. And if you find a way to make it work, that's willpower, and that's something that money can't buy.
I absolutely agree with you. Hey, Robert, we got you back. Are you with us?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can. I can. How you doing, Robert?
Doing pretty good. Who am I speaking with?
This is Zach.
Hi, Zach. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. Not much. It's been a long time. So
Oh yeah,
this,
Zach. I remember you. Okay, Zach.
yeah. This young man is really inspiring. Robert, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure, I appreciate it. Thanks, Zach. So my name is Robert Petrozello, and I'm involved in several platforms. But before I begin with that, um, I was born with a condition called hydrocephalus. I
Yep,
don't know if anybody knows what that is.
sure do.
All right. So, anyways, I'll get into what I'm doing now. So, things have changed for that anyway, Zach. So, um, I'm involved in a social media platform where they actually pay you to join, and it's called Connect with rmpetro.com. And if you refer others to join that platform, you make 25 coins. That will be worth $25 in mid 2026. And that's also in conjunction with my marketplace. My platform for that is shoppingisrewarding.com. If you join both platforms, you'll thank me later.
That sounds great, Robert. It's really good to talk to you again, Robert. Do you believe in short term or long term goals more? Do you plan more with short or long term?
Um, I would say more long term. Like
Okay.
I basically write it out. You know what I'm saying, Zach? Like if something
Yeah.
comes out now, I write it out until. So I don't know if that's long or short term, but
Yeah. Yep. I get it. What's the deal with the sunglasses going on here, Mister Kurt? You're cooler than the rest of us now, or what's up with that? So
Well, I don't know if you missed it, but Marianne was in and out with her sunglasses, and she did
yeah.
that on another show. See, it's a little thing we do to kind of, yeah, give it a little, make the show a little bit more cool. Make it a cooler show, a cooler family. We want to be here.
I can send you a bag of ice.
Yeah. He's in
I love it.
Wisconsin. I don't think he needs more ice. So,
Well,
but uh,
yeah,
but
I'm out here in the water in the sun, so we're getting
yeah.
water delivery. So yes, I'm in Mexico. So future's so bright, I gotta wear shades.
Can you hear me? It's Robert.
Yeah, yeah. We still got you, Robert. So
Marianne, how are you? Long time no talk.
Um,
yeah.
great. We're moving forward with On the Mark TV and nonprofit TV and possibly a kindness channel.
Very cool.
And we're doing a book club every Saturday. We're reading the chapters of the books. So moving forward on a health perspective, I had some spots removed off of my hands, so I'm recovering from that. And I will have eyelid surgery on February. So I'm going with the flow. And
Nope, we lost her.
Oh no.
Well, she'll probably jump back on. But so
Santa
Kurt,
Claus, how are you, Mr. Santa?
I'm doing awesome. It's been a great day and a great week, and it's a good start to the year. And got lots of things going on, and lots of stories being told, and lots of smiles being created.
Santa Papa John, I love it.
yeah.
Love it.
Hey, Mark, how you doing? Looks like you're in a. I don't know where the hell you're at. Looks like you're kind of in one of those. Uh, well, it looks like you're in jail. To be honest with
Yeah. There he is.
We got an eyeball.
you. Hey, Mark, how you doing, brother?
He's at the Center for Innovation.
Ah,
What is that, Kurt?
well, he took off again. So, um, all right. Well, let's just go on ahead and continue. Kurt, what is your thought on the money aspect of doing business just for money?
Yeah, definitely not what I subscribe to. I'll tell you, I've told the story before. It's been a long time since I told this story, but about 17 years ago, I was at a hospitality place, an eatery, and I was sitting there with four other business people, and not really in this type of conversation, but something that got one of the ladies to say, I was a bleeding heart once. It doesn't work, because we're meeting as Milwaukee business people in this place and at all the different tables. So the table I was at, this lady said that, and that never really landed for me. I really didn't subscribe to her shift to be at a table like that and talk us out of really what we are all doing here today at the present time, which in other spaces you can learn as corporate social responsibility and stuff like that. But I put into consideration like where our faith journeys are at, or that part where we re-energize, or where we kind of get our source from, whatever we pray to or meditate for, or hug a tree or whatever it all is. We all have that. And, look at what that does to the role of money in our life satisfaction and our journey, our legacy, and how with what we do now, how it's going to help this world 7 generations from now. And then to think of all the community-based organizations, and, I encourage people to take a look how that all works, because the 501c3 space was created, or the 501 tax code was created because their government was being hit upon by the voters and the taxpayers to say, to try to do things that weren't funded in government, and then you have all the unfunded mandates, from the federal level and whatever coming into states and making it tough for counties and stuff like that. So, and then education, how well read are we, on, money, economy, and, like this brand, community pay it forward, how that all works. What goes around comes around. And, so like on the faith-based side of it, talking about tithing, so I think when you really consider your role, in that aspect, your civic role, such like that. Like I served as vice chair of the Wisconsin Council on Physical Disabilities. Wow, what an eye opener that is to be able to serve in those capacities. And, so there's a lot to consider, I believe, before an individual really is on the ready to come in and, make a complete, highly informed decision about their own personal finances and where they're going. But for sure, it's the expression is work hard, play hard. So it is something to, kind of assess, your capacity to have discretionary income and spending and going out there and being entertained and, you know, spending out in the marketplace and go and see movies you want to see or, go take trips and stuff like that. So you definitely, benefit from having an appetite to grow, that income. But to me, it all comes with balance. I think the universe kind of has a capacity through what you are and what you do. The old thing, the universe provides you what you deliver, what you put to the universe. So that our whole existence is a mutual aid. It's all in balance, like the justice system symbol, with the balancing and whatever. So yeah, definitely if you lead out there to say I need more dollars and that's your driving force. I tell people all the time in our networking, when you get with me in a one-to-one, it doesn't take very long for me to say, you know what, I'm not a guy that chases a carrot.
Yeah. There's just there's so much more about business being successful than you hear about the people who are cutthroat, and yeah, sure, sometimes they're successful, but are they happy? I mean, truly, are they? They're always wanting more, and you know, can you be happy if that's your only drive, Santa?
Well,
I mean, we all know that Santa's kind of a curmudgeon and stuff.
well, geez, thanks. I'll remember that. That'll give you another chunk of coal.
Yeah,
You hear it all the time. You find a job that you love, and you never have to work another day in
yeah,
your life. You know, but how many of us, well, entrepreneurs. We find something that we love, that we are passionate about, and we love to share that passion. We love to share that, hey, we're proud and excited to be who we are, what we are, and how we do things. And, if you don't have that excitement in your conversation, if you don't have that enthusiasm, like Kurt's never got any enthusiasm because he hates networking so much.
yeah.
But the reality of it is we're all here, we're all supporting each other, we all encourage each other because we're trying to build not only a dream, but a hope to make our life easier and better and more realistic and more fun because we all believe that our passion, our drive, our thinking is not necessarily the best in the world, but our ability to help someone else move their idea forward helps us move our goals forward. And when we could all cross that bridge and realize that helping other people to move our dreams forward, man, that opens up the doors right there to a lot of different things.
you know, we all know that money is what rules the world, okay? Money rules, ruins, however you want to say it. Money is very important. We understand that. But I think one of the coolest things that we have, and Z, you and I were talking about this earlier when we recorded the show. But the greatest thing about it is that you're looking at five people right now who can connect. If you're looking to get a hold of anybody on this screen right now, you can go to communitypayitforward.us and you can find out how to get a hold of them. And vice versa. You can figure out how to get a hold of Community Pay It Forward by going to any of their websites because we're all thinking about each other. And where there's probably never a day that we're going, I got so much money, I can get everything I need to get done today. We're probably not all saying that. We are all
Well,
saying, you know
God
what?
damn it, you better share some.
Well, you're talking to the wrong boy here.
If
I'm
you've got
sitting
so
here.
much that you're talking about throwing it away, I mean, you can
Uh,
share it all because I'm sure we're all in the same
yeah,
boat right now that we could all use a little kick in the
well,
wallet curbside.
that's why I said none of us
You all
are
have boats?
saying that. But what we are saying is, you know what? No matter what our term, if we're thinking of short term or long term, every single one of us is thinking about how can I make a difference today for myself or someone else. And I honestly believe that is the key to a happy business person. If you're not just thinking about my bottom line, if you're thinking about, okay, yeah, it's my bottom line, but then again, it's how's this going to affect other people today? I think you're going to have a better outcome, and I think that you're just going to look at things a lot better. So, a personal opinion, I could be wrong. I've been wrong once or twice.
this
So,
week.
today.
Hey, I
Today.
was giving you the
Just,
benefit of the doubt, brother. Come on.
man, I'm married. My wife can tell you how many times I've been wrong today.
Uh huh.
So, which is quite a bit.
Lynn's got
Uh,
cards she can flip over to agree to that statement too.
yeah. So, hey, Lynn, how can you help people today, and what can we do to help you?
What can I do to help people today, and how can you help me? Well, everyone here is helping me by, supporting me during these meetings and coming to Lynn's Day and finding me on social media. And as Santa Papa John was saying, reposting content and the likes and the comments and things. Um, you know, Z built me a whole gosh darn website. And, Zach, we just keep collaborating and it just keeps being so much fun. I'm really happy to be working with you. So thank you for the support you already give. And, I'm thrilled to be here. And, what can I do for you? Let me know. Participating in the events, coming to your networking groups, introducing you to people. If there are specific types of people that you're looking for, let me know. I meet all kinds of people doing tarot readings, some of whom are not necessarily comfortable saying, oh, hey, I'm buddies with the tarot reader, because they don't necessarily want to look like too woo woo at work. So, yeah, I think it's important to participate. It's important to take time like this and commit to the networking and realizing that it's not just about one person, it's about all the people and it is all connected. And, the one introduction that you make, the one positive comment that you make can just have that ripple effect. And I'm a big believer in all that. Yeah, you didn't have to convince me.
Well, I know that one of the things that Lynn is going to do. Kurt, I thought that you took off. You didn't want to answer that question. You're like, nah, I'm out of here. But
I
I
was
know
going to
one of
say
the
Kurt's already committed to many different things, but it's behind the bars
yeah.
that he has the most fun.
Yeah. So, but one of the things that Lynn is doing to help us out is she has donated a 1 hour session that we will be giving away on February 22nd. You can buy a $10 ticket by using this QR code, and somebody's going to win that 1 hour session, 1 hour reading from Lynn. So that's one of the ways that we are going to raise a little bit of money. So please get in there. Every $10 ticket, anything that's donated on that day, is going to be given away. Any items from our partners is donated is going to be given away, and you can win all of this stuff for a $10 ticket. So we're not doing auctions or drawings or any of that. Well, I guess it's kind of a drawing, but yeah, you purchase a $10 ticket, we're going to draw your name, and somebody is going to win a 1 hour free reading with my dear friend Lynn Sobolski. So join
Woohoo!
us on the 21st for Lynn's Day, and you can get a precursor to what that hour is like, which is awesome. So, Mr. Z, how can you help someone today, and what can we do to help you?
Well, you could help me by being here, being present, and remember why you're doing it in the first place, because money doesn't solve all of your problems, but you all here solve everyone's problems. And I appreciate your kind words, Zach, Santa, Kurt, and Lynn. Really appreciate the testimonial. And I do want to emphasize this. If you're ready to win, go with Lynn with your tarot reading, because if an elephant like myself can understand the basic version of what a tarot card reading is, it's going to taste so much better than strawberries. So please reach out to Lynn, because you may not know what the future holds, but what's in that card can change your life. Definitely reach out to Lynn. I'm going to be selfish here and say how you can support me. Just keep doing what you're doing, brother Zach, Kurt, San, and Lynn, and of course General Allen, who is was here and is here, but please reach out to him. He's definitely a veteran at heart and someone who's always giving back to our community. And I think Frank was here as well. That's it. Just keep paying it forward in the community. Can't thank you enough, Zach, Kurt, Santa, and Lynn, for just doing what you do best and being superstars like yourself that are making Z World a better place while showing Z World that you care.
Oh, thank you, brother. Mr. Kurt, how can you help someone today, and how can we help you? Remembering, none of us are licensed psychiatrists.
Okay, let me change my answer. Oh man, you know how to catch a guy, don't you? But in any case, you guys got me thinking about Zach. I've said it before, and these meetings just remind me of it. That if you're not helping anybody, you're hurting everyone. And at the same time, in terms of me answering this question, I feel that if folks out there and with the four of you on the screen, when you're helping other people, I may not be aware of it, but through the Ethernet and through the universe, I believe it does help me. The ripple effect, the cascading effect, domino effect, whatever you all want to call it, in this art form of paying it forward. I appreciate all of that. And in terms of how I help other people, I like to think in terms of scaling, adding, connecting, like a networking, making a referral, things like that, or doing this type of thing, making these social media videos and getting your message out there. I'm happy to help in all those ways. I know my share of technology, so happy to help. So on the front of, marketing and events, if you want to co-create an event, or if you have an event and you want some more attendees, I'm always happy to do that, because when you're providing value and I can connect someone to the value you provide, I'm always happy to do that. And then, the other part of helping me is, I've really gotten tied into this group because of how we share social mission, this heart-centered work, this heart work. And so I always get joy when it grows, when it gets to a larger scale, when more people are being helped. For our February 22nd event, I mean, it's just, a no-brainer. It's just always at the front of my mind. We do a Mission Monday podcast with our friend Brian Gibson over at Project iHeart. I'm an ambassador over there. So, yeah, anytime you're doing good for veterans, I chalk it up as thank you by me as well. Because I just think it's an all hands on deck initiative, and we all need to do that. And I'm also a disability ally. So I always like to check in with folks. What do they think they can do? Like with Mr. Z helps us with, and other people with, web content accessibility guidelines, and then you can branch off to assistive technology. I like to do adaptive equipment in the sports and rec world. So really, as we're doing better, closing the gap between us and people with disabilities, I like to say that's a win for Special K. So over to you, Mr. Clayton.
Well, again, thank you so much, Kurt. It's amazing how far we've come in these last 4 years. 4 years ago, we were sitting here talking about the first 22-hour thing, and we're here now. So, Santa, what can you do to help someone? What can we do to help you?
Share your winning of the super lotto. I know we all dig deep and we giggle hard when we say that. Hey, you know what? just what Kurt just said. Let's all support each other. We all do a great job of already supporting each other. Even Mr. Z, when he's hiding in the back there, that he doesn't say much and doesn't do much, but he does a lot of stuff in the back. And if we all do a little bit to help and support each other, man, who knows where the next goal, the next obtainable, unobtainable, goal is going to be reached because we all show support, we all help each other, and that's the big thing right now. Is I've got some pretty big goals for my stories here, and with everybody's support, I'm getting introduced to more people. I'm getting introduced to different types of people that I didn't think I needed to meet. But as the conversation unfolds, man, it's just heartwarming and overwhelming, the reaction of people's response, and the fact that, geez, I want to share happiness, I want to share positivity. Geez, what's wrong with you? You're kind of weird, Everybody wants to be negative. Everybody wants to go, well, I can't do that for you. I can't try. Share a smile, share some happiness. Like I say all the time, share a smile with someone you don't know today, because you never know what's on the other side of that smile and what kind of connection you're going to meet. And that's, I've been saying it all week. If something's not working for you, you're not knocking on the right doors. So keep knocking. And if you lose the faith, come and talk to the other 4 people on the screen, because they're going to give you the boost up that you need to knock on those next 10 doors.
I I would like to add what you just said. Instead of saying, "Well, I can't help you with that," replace that with, "This is what I can do."
Yeah.
Stop
Yeah.
saying I can't and let's go with, "This is what I can do." You
How,
know,
how do we, change the attitude of changing a simple sentence to go, I can, but we might have to change it just a little bit to look at it from a different angle. You never know how that changing of a sentence or those few words could really open up some different doors for you.
a smile can mend a broken heart. Okay?
And, and then
Let's
some.
be honest here. There's nothing we can't do. There's no reason why we can't help everyone. And all we have to do is put a little bit of heart, a little bit of effort behind it. So, Santa, I completely agree with you.
Yep.
So, and I do truly appreciate and love you all. I want to thank you all for joining us again. My ask is use Kurt got blocked. Here, I'll be nice and I'll put my, oh, look at that. It doesn't, it likes me. It didn't block my face. But you can you can take and scan the QR code in the corner right beside me, and you can get your logo added to our shirt for as little as $100. Okay, help us build the Come Together movement. The Come Together movement is an all-in-one rescue mission that's going to help so many people, and who knows, maybe even you someday. So this is going to be a program that's going to be available to people everywhere and going to make helping people no longer impossible. It's going to give them a second chance. It's going to help them immediately. So if you want to learn more about the Come Together program, Come Together movement, contact me, contact anybody you see here, but get on the shirt, the Mission for Healthy Heroes 2026 shirt. It's going to come in different colors. It's going to have, we're even going to have like long sleeve tees and other stuff. We use the red for Red Friday, which is Remember Everyone Deployed. If you wear any other color shirt to celebrate anything on Friday, stop it. It's Remember Everyone Deployed, Red Friday. That's the important day. So get on the shirt, scan the QR code, become a sponsor, help us in our mission for healthy heroes. I just want to once again say thank you to everyone. Lynn, Kurt, Z, Santa, Everyone who's popped in and out, Marianne, Frank, Alan, um, everyone. It's too many. I can't remember everyone, but everyone who's popped in. Sorry about the internet problems, Robert. But remember, we are going to be doing this again on the 12th of next month, our regular slot, but then 10 days after that. And it's going to, I've made the executive decision. See, I can do that because I run the show, so I can actually do that. But 10 days after that, on the 22nd, at this time slot, we are going to do a special Sunday edition of Family Networking on the Mission for Healthy Heroes next month. So on the 22nd. So you know what? If you never come again, please make sure you join us on that day. Give your love to our heroes because our heroes desperately need your love. It's time to say thank you to those who have put their lives on hold to make our lives better. Folks, you've heard it before. I'm going to say it again. If you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. Please, no one has to go it alone when we all come together. Thank you very much. My name is Zachary. Zachary? I actually said Zachary. Oh my God.
What's wrong with
I am
you?
in. Yeah, I just.
You're in trouble now.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. I just got in trouble. I know I'm in trouble somewhere.
Do you have a middle
Because
name that
that's.
you don't know about?
Yeah. Well, that's
There she
Zachary.
is.
Uh-oh. Yeah, there it is. She's the one who's you poisoned my head. So my name is Zach. Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care. Thank you, and please join us again this channel on the 12th of next month for Family Networking.
In energy work, energy psychology, you're helping a person understand. We can get a little closer to what that pain is without being overwhelmed, without being frightened, and we can sort of look at it and take care of it. Because the whole thing about PTSD and other avoidance or difficulty in handling a memory is that we're trying to not see it. We're trying to just say, stay over there, stay back there, stay under the surface. And that in itself causes a lot of problems because nature wants to heal. There's healing inherent in nature. So
I want to thank everyone for joining us today on for Footprints Forward. Please make sure that you join us every week as we put forward solutions for healthy living, healthy mental health, survival, and just trying to find ways to help other people live the best life they can. Scan the QR code today. Join us today. Support us today. Please, we need your help. Only you can help us prevent forest fires and build Mission for Healthy Heroes. Again, join us and you can get your name put on the shirt as a sponsor, and you can be, have something in for the rest of your life to show that you care about others and help us build the Come Together Compass. So thank you very much for joining us today. Please scan the QR code right above me, right there. There it is. Let's get stuff done. And make sure you take in your calendar right now and mark down that you are going to dedicate at least 22 minutes to Mission for Healthy Heroes. Hello, my name is Zach Clayton. Mission for Healthy Heroes is more than just a broadcast. It's a commitment to the people who put their well-being aside so the rest of us can live a safer, healthier life. On Sunday, February 22nd, we're hosting a 22-hour event filled with stories, resources, and conversations that truly matter. And I'm asking you for something simple but meaningful. Just 22 minutes. 22 minutes to watch. 22 minutes to participate. 22 minutes to show our heroes they're not alone. Scan the QR code for details, mark your calendar for February 22nd, and join us in lifting up people who always lift us.